Correct.
And he's kind of matching us with doing healing stuff on Wednesday mornings.
Can I tell you something that before we went into the interview with him, he had no idea, truly, that we were doing this program every single Wednesday. I just invited him to be on our program, and so I could see him in his monitor that we look at. You know, when I said about the Wednesdays, he was going, really? So he chose Wednesday mornings, and we're choosing Wednesday evenings. Yeah. And he's got so many great stories to tell, and as I say, we've been with him so long, and he's a good friend. And I'd like to have him back.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. This is the time when we normally would then do the Circle of 12, and this is the first time it's being done on the Healing Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We had it one other time, and that was in the premiere. So this will be the beginning of the series. And so I would like to have Monica start this with a meditation that you might hear again.
I would love to.
Good. Thank you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we prepare for the Circle of 12, let us begin by giving honor and thanks to Mother Gaia. She is our original parent, and Mother Gaia gives us all we need. Thank you, Gaia, for being here. Thank you, Gaia, for loving us. And let us give honor and thanks to the Star Mothers. Thank you, Star Mothers, for being here. Thank you, Star Mothers, for loving us. The Star Mothers are our spiritual parents who came to Earth as part of a grand system to give us the spark of divinity, this piece of God that lives inside. Is the power of the God energy within the human being. You are part of the system of the Creator that is biased in love. Let us affirm our willingness to receive the unconditional love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. I am willing to accept the perfect love of the Creator. Let us now continue towards the Circle of 12, and let us affirm that we give permission to connect with the God inside.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon. Come a little closer, will you? Come a little closer to this energy from the other side of the veil, which I have brought to this planet now for 31 years. What does that mean to you? Those who are new to this energy might not see it as those who have been experiencing it all along. The idea, the premise of channeling is that there are hidden things here. There's a greater, grander truth here than is represented by those which teach spirituality on the planet. A hidden truth that goes beyond anything that you're told. A greater truth that is always there, is always with you. I've spent a lot of time telling you some of the beautiful and profound stories, the metaphors, the parables of how grand you are and how much the Creator loves you, of the discoveries that you can make simply by sitting quietly and listening. This is and has always been the premise of the meditators of the planet. That when you get to a place of quietness and you stay there, eventually some of the fog starts to clear. And you can feel that love of the creative source that is there. The premise of the circle of 12 is that you go to a place that is like that. A place that belongs only to you, and you do it alone. And that's what we're going to do in a moment. You go alone. That you would let me be your guide for this meditation. My representation to you is that of a partner, of family. Not even as a teacher. As you listen to my voice and participate in these things, I invite you to participate in that which is profound, available, always has been, beautiful, magnificent, and is part of you. There's always a question about how real these things are. Not too long ago, in the first healing circle, that which was called the premier, the first, I walked you through a scenario and asked you, how real is this to you? Is something you visualize as real as what you touch when you're awake? And you would say, no, they are two different kinds of reality. There is the real reality that I walk around and work in, and then there's the other reality that is somehow in a dream. I want to ask you something. What if the dream was the real reality? And what you walk around in is a 3D representation of the best you can do under the current circumstances of a low-energy planet. Did you get that? What if the visualizations that you could put together for yourself that become multidimensional are actually more real than that which you can touch with your hand? Kryon, why would you say such a thing? Where is the basis for that? And I will give it to you. Because you live in less than 5 dimensions. Everything you have is in less than 5. And yet, reality, there are hundreds of dimensional attributes. Now, what's real and what's not? We'll say it again. But it's like that which is color to black and white. You are in black and white. It's all you know. Therefore, that's your reality. And when you see something that is in color, you can't really see it. It's shades of that which you think is real. And so those shades become unreal. To some, they become fantasy or even fallacy. To some, they're even evil. And here you are living in a fraction of the true reality of the universe, thinking it's the only reality you have. Do you see this? Do you see where I'm coming from? So when I invite you to cross that bridge in a moment, what if, just what if, you were walking into the real thing and walking out of a limited reality that you just think is all that is? That is the truth. I've said so many times to you that the one who's had the near-death experience goes through that tunnel, and for a moment they pull back the curtain and they see the reality of God, their soul. They see the family, they see all that is, and they grasp their heart figuratively, say, oh my, and they don't want to come back. Once it has been revealed to any human, the actual reality of what is on the other side of that veil, they don't want to come back. What does that tell you about that reality of 3D that you walk around in that you think is all there is? There are so many who say, well, I'm not going to go to that place where you are, that foolishness of the channel. I'm not going to go into thinking about those kinds of things because I know what's real and I know what's not. And the answer is, no, you don't. You have no idea. You think you do. And so the invitation is to go to that place where you have to drop that which you think you know. So let's go there now. This exercise that I'm going to go through right now, the process, whatever you wish to call it, is a journey into the unknown. And many times I will say it yet again. You're going from what you know to what you don't know. And in that process, you're going to have to unlearn what you think that you know that is real, that is accurate, that is true. And that's hard. It's tough. And the reason is that what you know has often been given to you by experience, by your parents, by those who love you, by your priests, your rabbis, as what is God? What is the process of God? Who is God? What do you do about it? How do you act? What if all of those things were the best they had at the time they gave them to you? There was no deception. It's simply the best they had. And in the evolving earth, the human being is also evolving in such a beautiful but slow way by free choice at its own speed. After this, the precession of equinoxes, after the shift of 2012, coming into the new human, to the new reality. And that requires, dear ones, requires that you at least take a look at what might be there that you never saw before. I say requires because all through these days there will be those who start to question what they were told. Stand by, scientists, because you will have to question what you've been told. Even when it comes to the basic laws of Newton and Kepler and those that you have used and trusted that work, suddenly there will be other aspects of their work that seem to reveal themselves, and you're going to have to either go with it or not. Many will not, because they cannot remove themselves from their life's work, which looks just like this and no bigger, and they don't want it ever to be any bigger. That's it. Like an onion. Your onion can be peeled. The layers of information that you were given can slough off layer by layer to allow a greater truth, the truth of your magnificence, not your unworthiness, your magnificence. And in that, there is healing. Oh, there's more than that. There's also a time here where your life can be longer. I said in that healing premiere that your body and your chemistry and your cellular structure has been designed to rejuvenate and rejuvenate and rejuvenate. And it's been designed to do it well, not poorly, not dysfunctionally like it does now. And what happens when the body starts to rejuvenate better and the telomeres don't shorten? Your lifespan becomes double and triple what it is today, because then the body is operating correctly. Today, it is not. That is one of the issues. Your body is not working efficiently. Neither is your consciousness. So many feel this. That's why you're here. So many feel this. Come closer, dear ones. Let's go to that place. Visualize with me that you are standing at a bridge, and this bridge has a chasm which it spans, and you have to cross the bridge in order to get to the other side. And in the middle of that bridge, there is a mist that envelops everything, and you can see it as a wall of mist. And in this vision, you're going to go toward that wall of mist if you choose. right away there would be those who say, I don't choose to do that. Why would I ever go into a place that I don't understand or that I don't know? It's a good question, isn't it? Could it be that someone has told you, don't go there? Could it be that someone has told you, if you walk into that mist, it's dangerous. Someone's going to capture you on the other side. Could it be that all of that has been trained into you? That's part of the onion, isn't it? You see, the other side of the mist is where you are, your soul. There are those who say, don't go there. It's dangerous to go there. You have no right to go there. This is an old energy teaching that wants to keep you here in 3D, doing what they want you to do while they tell you you're unworthy and don't deserve to be here. Where they tell you there's a loving God that never even looks at you. Does that really sound correct to you, to any of you? Beautiful soul created in His image, released into the darkness where they don't even care. It doesn't make sense. Not even to a child does that make sense, dear ones. And yet, that is often what is taught. You stand at this bridge, and I say it again, don't go there. Don't go across the bridge unless you want to, unless you mean it. If you simply go to take a look, I'll tell you what will happen as you walk into the mist. Some of you will simply go to sleep. You'll wake up and so it is. Because nothing there did you understand. Nothing there really was ready for you to see. And for some, that's why you're going to be here week after week, because you want to cross that, but you have to let the onion slowly dissolve the layers of belief in things you've been told or trained into that you thought were true. Let me address this. No one is going to lose their faith, dear ones. That is the other fear. Well, if I walk in there, I'll lose that faith that I have, that beautiful relationship I have to God that I love right now. Dear one, don't you understand? When you go into that unknown place and you walk into the energy of the soul, all of that doubles and triples. It's going to be way more than it ever has been before. Whatever your faith is, whatever you believe God is, becomes amplified with this. Amplified. Doesn't take it away. Oh, it just gets bigger. Everything is bigger than you were told. Everything. Let's walk toward the mist together. How real is this? I said it in the premiere. When you talk to someone who has a near-death experience, was that going on in 3D or was that going on in some vision? And they'll say, it was more real than anything I've ever experienced. They'll tell you that. And when they come back, and some of them have spontaneous remissions, their doctors will tell you that. This is real. We've never seen anything like that. What's real and what is not real, dear ones? That's one of the things that will peel away with the onion. What you're about ready to do is go to the real reality of all that is. You walk into the mist, those of you who wish. And that mist, dear ones, becomes a fog for only a moment, then it clears instantly. Now, all of this is metaphoric. We're going to talk about that in many episodes to come. How does your brain see all of these things? How does your experience of being a human see all of these things? A fog is something that lasts for a while, and you have to move through it gently until it clears. This fog clears instantly as soon as you make the decision to walk through it. So what is it really? It's not really a fog, is it? It's a wall of unbelief. There's more. But once you walk and have that intent to walk through the mist, you cognize what you're doing. Now, this is a word that means full belief. It becomes you. There have been some who say, well, do you believe in this or do you believe in that? Let me ask you, do you believe in gravity? And there are those who will say, well, that's not something you believe in, it just is. Correct. The mist and what's on the other side just is. You don't believe in it, you become it as you walk through it. Oh, everything starts to change, dear ones. Everything starts to change. And I wish I could do something more than just take you here in this vision. I want you to feel it and hear that music. I want you to know that this is something that the innate of your body has been waiting for you to do. There is a lot of celebration right now, dear ones. There's a lot of celebration. And you would say, well, celebrating, who is celebrating? Oh, you'll see. You'll find out. You see, you're never alone. What do you think of that statement? You're never alone. You're not, as you sit there, as you stand there. In the vision, you're standing. In this particular reality you're in, you're sitting. So are you sitting or standing? And the answer is, oh, you're standing before that beautiful, beautiful potential source that you're about ready to meet. You're standing. In a lesser dimension, you're sitting there watching a screen. In the real dimension, you're standing and about to move in to a very precious place. Very precious place. The landscape is whatever you want to make of it, dear ones. We'll fill it in later as we go. This is so new to you, but you're starting to feel things. And the first thing I want you to feel is safety. It's a safe place. It's a safe place. It's a safe place to be where there is no harm. There is no untruth here. There is no one who will capture your soul. The only thing that's going to be captured is an awakening that you're going to have of reality that you didn't expect. There's a temple there. In this mist, past the mist, almost as soon as you cross the bridge, you're faced with it. This also will morph and change over the episodes of the Healing Circle of 12. It's good that you're hearing these things now. For each episode will change them slightly, and you'll have a chance to peel that onion in your own way of the truths that you learned, which are not. And it takes you to a place where the temple is you. Your own temple is before you with a name on the door which has not yet been described and keeps changing. We've told you before, we'll tell you again, this represents that which is a changing reality, which multidimensionality is. A multidimensional place is not really a place at all. Hard to describe to you. Science also has very, very difficult time explaining how things can be at several places at the same time when they get out of that which is your limited dimensionality. And that's where you are. Things can shift and go and be, but it's totally complete because the only thing that is constant there is you and the love that is for you. You are the king of this land, dear ones. You are the queen of this land, dear ones, because you are now entering your own temple. In future episodes, we'll talk about the entrance. We'll talk about what you might see as you enter, the things you might pass as you enter. But this is simple because it's the starting episodes of something that will continue to be more complex as we go. I told you before, one other time when we met, that when you get into that temple, you immediately see it's a theater. What does your consciousness in 3 dimensions tell you about a theater? There's going to be something happen there at a certain time. And in that, the lights will dim. You sit down and you see something that you wanted to because you paid to get in. That is what the metaphor is. You paid to get in. You paid with that which is going through the mist. You paid with cognizing the bravery and the courage to go into this unknown place. That's what you paid. And there you sit, looking at a theater in the round. Some of you have seen this. where the stage is at the center, and the audience of any size you wish is around it. The stage on this one you see as sunken. There's a reason for that as well. Because when someone is on that stage, everyone can see them perfectly. They don't have to look up. They can right there where they are, they can see very, very clearly exactly what's happening at all angles to you. Because you're going to go down those steps. And you're going to mount that stage and sit in the only chair that is on the stage. Well, Kryon, which direction does the chair face? Oh, how linear of you to ask. There is no direction in a multidimensional place. You sit in all directions. Figure that one out. And as you sit there looking at all that is, there's an audience seemingly of empty chairs. But they're not. And you know that. And just like that, which is the show which is about to begin, it does. And the lights go down. And the first thing you see might even be angels. You're not really sure. And they're coming to you. And they're bowing to you. They want to make sure their head is lower than yours. You know what that means. So many of you know what that means. And then they start. You see, before you ever went into that temple, you took off your shoes. You did it automatically, dear ones. You took off your shoes. That is a metaphor known all over the earth for walking into a sacred place. You take off your shoes. And because now you have no shoes or no socks, you have bare feet. The ones in front of you who would seem to be angelic start to wash your feet. How long does it take for hundreds to wash your feet? And the answer is as long as you want. They can do it 2 at a time, 5 at a time, 10 at a time. You're in a multidimensional place, but it feels the same. And they're washing your feet with the tears of their joy that you made it to this place, that you really honored yourself, and you had the courage to say, I want to move out of what I was told and take a look and cognize the idea that I'm more magnificent, that I'm not a victim of the planet, that maybe I have something to contribute in my consciousness to my own life's purpose, and I can live longer and I can heal whatever I came for. I can heal the anxiety or the fear or my body, it doesn't matter, because my innate now is listening. So I want you to just stop the show for a moment. Right now, in your corporeal body, your smart body is on alert right now. And your smart body is really excited because they're saying, she's doing it. Look at that, she's doing it. Look at that, he's doing it. Oh dear. It's almost like the bell is ringing. It's almost like the track has changed from track 1 to track 2, and you hear it clack over, and the train that you were on goes somewhere else because you have decided that this is real. And your innate knows it, and it starts to then cooperate with everything you're doing. And they say at every level, that intelligent body, look. Oh, it's happening. We never thought it would. Look at what she's doing. Look at what he's doing. And you sit in the chair in the middle of that place, letting your feet be washed by all of those entities who seem to be faceless at the moment, then and then and then. In this scenario, in this beginning scenario, the audience